What's up, Chiefs fans? Harrison Graham here from Chat Sports, bringing you the latest news and rumors surrounding the Kansas City Chiefs. Preseason game number 1 is just days away, and there's a lot of things going on at Chiefs training camp. But before we get to that, I want to ask you guys a question. Chiefs legendary tight end Tony Gonzalez recently into the NFL Hall of Fame. That happened over the weekend. So I want to ask you guys, who's your favorite Chief of all time? If you're asking me, obviously Tony G is up there. I'm a big Priest Holmes fan. I think if he didn't have a bunch of injuries, he would have been a Hall of Fame running back. Jamal Charles is another guy I really enjoy as well. Obviously, when it's all said and done, it'll probably end up being Patrick Mahomes. But I want to ask you guys who your favorite Chief of all time is. Comment below for those answers. But let's get back to Chiefs training camp news. Damien Williams making his return to the practice field. He's been nursing a hamstring injury the last week plus or so. He returned today on Wednesday. Did not get the first team reps, however, as Carlos Hyde is still getting the top reps during his absence. He's been running with the first team since Damien Williams has been out. And the question now remains is, will Damien Williams get back to that starting role? Obviously, you look at the depth chart right now as we sit, Carlos Hyde sitting in that top role. Damien Williams, I'll plug in at that number 2 running back. Then the rookie Darwin Thompson at RB3. Darrell Williams also on the roster. You got Tremont Smith, who they're experimenting with at running back. Those guys on the outside looking in. Here was Andy Reid talking about Damien Williams missing time and Carlos Hyde running with the 1, saying, quote, "He's missed quite a bit. He's missed a lot of plays. It's been great for these other guys. Carlos Hyde has done a nice job. He's got a lot of reps, and he's taking advantage of them." Obviously, Damien Williams did a nice job last year, the final 5 games, including the 2 playoff games, when Kareem Hunt was no longer a part of this team. Ran for 362 yards and 5 touchdowns. Also caught a bunch of passes, 210 yards receiving, 3 receiving touchdowns, including 2 of those against the Patriots in the AFC title game. I think when it's all said and done, Damien Williams will be this team's starting running back, but it appears that Carlos Hyde has earned a role on this team. So I got a question for you guys. Which running back gets cut by the Chiefs? Because they've got 5 right now. They're keeping 4 at most, maybe 3. Tremont Smith is obviously a guy that they're trying at running back. He's got a lot of speed. We talked about him on last week's show. Darrell Williams showed some good things last year. I think one of these guys is going to be cut. Type T for Tremont Smith, D for Darrell Williams on who you think will get cut when the roster gets trimmed down to 53. Juan Thornhill continues to make waves at training camp as he picks off Patrick Mahomes in practice earlier today. Made a diving pick on a Mahomes downhill throw intended for Tyreek Hill. He's got several interceptions throughout training camp. I fully expect him to be this team's starting free safety. He's still splitting reps with Daniel Sorensen. Don't buy it. Thornhill is going to be the starter at safety next to Tyrann Mathieu. And you look at this secondary as a whole, I like this tandem between Mathieu and Thornhill. I think it could be one of the better safety tandems in the National Football League. Cornerback position, not feeling great about. We talked about that last week. Going to talk a little bit more about Kendall Fuller in just a second. But Juan Thornhill is showing out. He's picked off Mahomes. He's picked off the backups numerous times. So he has been all over the place throughout training camp. I think he could have multiple interceptions as a rookie. Who do you guys think will lead this defense in interceptions? Will it be Tyrann Mathieu? Will it be the rookie Juan Thornhill? Maybe Kendall Fuller has a bounce-back season. Feel free to comment below on who you think will lead the Chiefs defense in interceptions this season. And while you do that, make sure you subscribe to Chat Sports, youtube.com/chatsportstv. We're trying to get to 150K. NFL season's right around the corner. We're skipping 140K. That's too small of a goal. We're trying to get to 150K. If you like the Chiefs, subscribe. We don't want that Chargers channel getting rolling here. Let's subscribe to Chat Sports. We want to get more Chiefs content. youtube.com/chatsportstv, or if obviously you're watching, just hit that red subscribe button. We'll get you caught up on the latest throughout the regular season. Kendall Fuller struggling. Unlike Juan Thornhill, he has not had a good training camp for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's been beaten several times on vertical routes throughout camp. Tyreek Hill has had a field day with him, which, isn't a huge surprise. Tyreek Hill burns a lot of corners in the NFL. Steve Spagnuolo, the new defensive coordinator, is he wants to, quote, master the nickel position for Fuller. That's what he wants Fuller to do. And it has not gone that well. He was a great nickel cornerback in 2017. Did not grade well well at nickel last season, according to Pro Football Focus. He was much better on the outside. We'll get into some of those more numbers here in just a second. But you look at this tweet from Joshua Briscoe, sports radio host in Kansas City, saying, tweeting out, after training camp, Tyreek Hill may wear number 10 and number 29. Of course, Kendall Fuller wears number 29 now. He's stolen Fuller's soul a few times now. It has not been pretty for Kendall Fuller on the practice field. Obviously, that probably has more to do with how explosive this Chiefs offense is, but Kendall Fuller simply has to be better in 2019. You look at his numbers in 2018, comparing the slot versus the outside. Again, these numbers all Pro Football Focus generated. Look at the grade. In the slot, 57.9. On the outside, 90.7. He was one of the better outside corners when he lined up out there last season. Just got torched in the slot. 62 catches on 81 targets, over 660 yards, no picks. On the outside in limited reps, had 2 interceptions last year. Only gave up 9 catches on 21 targets. So maybe Kendall Fuller should be playing on the outside, especially when you look at this current cornerback depth chart. Bashaud Breeland, Charvarius Ward. I mean, these guys aren't lighting the world on fire. I'm not sure if either of those guys slot better up in the nickel, but Kendall Fuller is clearly a better outside corner if you just look at the numbers. Again, 2017, he was good for the Redskins in the nickel, but new scheme, new team, new defense. He seems better suited playing on the outside, despite defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo wanting to line him up in the slot. So I'll ask you guys, and you can tweet this at me too, at Harrison1033, but comment below for sure. Should he play outside or slot? Where should Kendall Fuller line up primarily? He's going to play a little bit of both, but what should be his primary position? Type O for outside, type S for slot. I think maybe he should play more outside. The numbers don't lie. He was brutal from the slot last year. I want to hear from you guys in the comments section below. Andy Reid has been very impressed throughout this training camp with not only the star wide receivers, obviously Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins have had good camps, Travis Kelce at tight end, but the depth receivers, the young guys. Mecole Hardman is picking things up quickly. Andy Reid saying, quote, he's a good route runner now, basically saying, yeah, at Georgia, they didn't ask him to run many routes. They basically said, hey, just go deep, we're going to throw it to you. They're doing more things with Hardman, more intermediate routes, and Patrick Mahomes has found quick chemistry with him. Byron Pringle, Marcus Kemp, they've had good camps as well. Andy Reid likes Cody Thompson also. So there's a lot of depth at receiver on this offense. Obviously, Hill, Watkins, Robinson. I've got Robinson in there as a starter because I think Hardman's really more of a slot with Hill, so he'll rotate in some, but certainly Hill and Hardman will play at the same time at times. You got a lot of depth there with Kemp and Pringle, Garrett Dieter as well, a guy Patrick Mahomes really likes. But you look at these 4 receivers specifically. 2 have to go. The Chiefs, I think, will carry 6 wide receivers. 4 of those are going to be Tyreek Hill, Demarcus Robinson, Mecole Hardman, and Sammy Watkins. So that means there's 2 spots left, and these are the 4 guys competing for him. Byron Pringle, the second-year player out of Kansas State, had a really good OTAs, really good offseason. I think he's probably going to make it. Marcus Kemp, bigger body. I think he could be a red zone target. I think that final slot will be between him, Garrett Dieter, and Cody Thompson, the rookie, undrafted rookie out of Toledo. Right now, I would have to lean toward Marcus Kemp getting that final spot. Make sure you subscribe, or not subscribe, sign up to MyBookie. Use that promo code ChatNFL. Guys, you want to bet on the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, plus 800 odds. They're behind the Patriots, behind the Rams. It's a steal. Go to MyBookie, sign up, chatsports.com/MyBookie. You put down $100, they're going to give you $100 for free, 100% bonus. It's the best deal out there. You want to bet on Patrick Mahomes to win the MVP again, plus 400 odds. So go to MyBookie, chatsports.com/MyBookie. Use that promo code ChatNFL to make some money today. Speaking of Patrick Mahomes, could he be better in 2019? The reports are that he looks unbelievable in training camp. Look, again, it's training camp, right? Like, got a lot of weapons on this offense. Like, he should look good in practice. He's a second-year starter now. But I think what people are talking about who are actually at camp breaking this thing down is more of the pre-snap stuff, the understanding of what he's seeing before the ball is snapped, reading different coverages, because teams are going to throw different looks at Mahomes this season, but if he's processing information quicker this year, he could be even better. Obviously, these stats are going to be tough to top. His MVP season last year, over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, only first-year starter to put up those numbers in NFL history, so you may not see it in the stats, but in terms of just being a pure better quarterback. I think Patrick Mahomes could be even better in 2019 and might even win MVP. I mentioned he's the leader, according to Vegas, at plus 400 odds to win NFL MVP. What do you guys think? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Will Patrick Mahomes repeat as NFL MVP in 2019? I think it'll probably be yes. At least I'm saying that. Look, I'm the Chiefs host guy, right? So of course I'm going to say that. But this offense is going to be explosive. I think they have a really good shot of making it to the Super Bowl. And if that happens, Patrick Mahomes is going to be a big reason why, and he'll have a good chance to repeat as NFL MVP. Want to hear from you guys below in the comments section.